3 manufacturers' world titles, 1 drivers' world championship, over 30 world rally wins, and all in little over a decade. Subaru is the most successful manufacturer in the recent history of rallying.
They started to get interested more and more in rallying in the late 80s. They were supporting a few privateers like good old Possum Bourne in New Zealand and so on. And they started to think more seriously about a motorsport program, and they came sniffing around the World Rally Championship. And I guess we'd like to think that we were the best of the sort of private teams around in those days. We were still a small team running BMWs.
It was the success that British preparation experts Prodrive had running BMWs that attracted Subaru's attention.
They came and they looked around, liked the look of the way we did things, I hope. And they came to talk to us in '89 and said, would we be interested?
Subaru is a very small company, and in order for them to be able to compete with the big manufacturers, Toyota, Honda, Nissan, in their home market, they recognized about 15 years ago that they needed to do something different. The technology that they came up with was all their cars having four-wheel drive and flat boxer engines, which means that the cylinders are very low down in the car for good center of gravity. Subaru started out in '89 with the dream of winning the World Rally Championship to really demonstrate four-wheel drive and their unique approach to engineering.
The deal was for both sides to team up and produce a new car for both road and rally. The combination of Subaru's technology and Prodrive's experience producing the legacy. The car was quick from the outset. The legacy dominated the British Championships from '91 to '93.
After the British success, which really, I think, began to get people to sit up and take notice, not only in the rallying community, but also in Japan, it proved that it was possible to be successful in rallying with a Subaru.
We didn't go out and beat the establishment first time out, but the car was fast right from its first rally. Every rally went better than the rally before, and every season went better than the season before. We got better and better results.
Those results included a second place in the snow of Sweden and in the mud and rain of the RAC rally.
By '93, we'd won our first World Championship rally at that time, and we were told that they didn't want to go to the Impreza until they'd proven that the legacy could be competitive. And we were told, you can develop the new car, but you will win with the legacy first. And we managed to win in New Zealand that year with the legacy.
1994 saw the more nimble Impreza make its full-season debut. The impact was instant, as well as impressive. The wins extended from the extreme heat of Greece to the depths of New Zealand, and finally, the mud of Great Britain. The Impreza taking the team to second place in both the drivers' and the manufacturers' titles.
And then we won a championship the following year. It was that kind of progress.
1995 was Subaru's crowning year, as the car and team excelled again, this time claiming 5 wins. And more importantly, they secured both the manufacturer's title and the driver's crown for Flying Scotsman Colin McRae.
As we went into '96, obviously on the back of winning the championship, we really then hit a winning streak with the manufacturer's title, Colin winning a string of events.
The defence of the title was a conclusive one, the team winning in Greece, San Remo and Catalonia. It was enough to win the manufacturer's title for the second time. They had to settle for second in the driver's race.
in '97, there was a major change in the structure of the sport with the introduction of the World Rally Car. David Lapworth had been instrumental in the development of the regulations for the World Rally Car, and I think probably understood better than anybody how to get the maximum out of the regulations. And we were the first team to introduce a World Rally Car, which won on its very first event in Monte Carlo in '97.
1997 was a spectacular year for Subaru as their first World Rally Car dominated the season from start to finish. The team claimed an incredible 8 victories from 14 rallies. They won the manufacturer's title comfortably, and Colin McRae only missed out on the driver's title by a single point.
98, 99, 2000 have all been very hard-fought seasons. Although we haven't won the manufacturer's title in the last 3 years, we're very proud that we haven't been off the podium, so to speak, and finished in the top 3 in every year.
More recently, Subaru have continued to succeed, winning a further 5 rallies in '99, and once again finishing as runners-up in both the drivers' and manufacturers' title races. 4 more wins to follow in the Millennium year. 2001 has been a difficult season for the team, but a win for Richard Burns in New Zealand gave everyone a much-needed boost, rocketing him into the race for the driver's title. Richard Burns is the Subaru team leader. He's a multi-million-dollar rally star, but his career began with a rally lesson costing just £150.
When I was 15, my dad bought me a day at a rally school, and I went along there, and the guy who was running it said that this is what I should do.
Burns proved he had the talent by winning the highly competitive Peugeot Championship in the UK before the emerging Subaru team gave him a car. With it, he became the youngest ever British rally champion. Burns cut his international teeth on the Rough Cup Asia Pacific Championship driving for Mitsubishi. And in '98, he claimed his first World Championship win on the Safari Rally in Kenya. But it was his return to Subaru in '99 as something of a prodigal son that made Burns a household name. Runner-up in both the '99 and 2000 World Championships, Burns became one of rallying's mega stars, with a worse to match.
Normally my time is spent in Andorra, which is in the mountains over there, but I always have to pass through Barcelona to get there, and I normally stop, go and do a bit of shopping, see some friends, go to the beach if the weather's okay. So let's go do a bit of shopping.
Suits you, sir.
With fame comes the pressure of constantly being in the public eye.
Obviously, when you do what you do, a lot of people see you on the television or in the stages or read about you, and of course then they automatically know more about you than you do about them. It does make you feel like you need to protect yourself. That'll be me. If I'm not in England, a typical day would be to get up, go have breakfast, go training. There's normally some work to do, some phone calls. If there's absolutely nothing to do, I might just sit in my apartment and watch a movie, something very, very simple and something to slow my brain down a little bit. But my ideal day, to be with my girlfriend, to not have to worry about when I get up, what I'm going to do when I get up, and just to be relaxed and to be happy, to kick back, as you would say.
Being a millionaire superstar is hard work, and to help relieve this pressure is Richard's personal assistant, Claire.
I hardly ever lift the telephone. Basically, if the first point of contact to the outside world is through Claire. All my interviews, a lot of stuff, communication with the team, all my travel, my website is run by her as well. She does quite a lot, and when I think of something at midnight, I call her and tell her to do it. So 24 hours a day. She doesn't like that bit.
The other woman in Richard's life is his girlfriend Zoe.
don't know if anything's changed in my life the way I'm going about it, but I feel personally a lot easier that I can get on the phone and speak to someone that understands me. We both know what each other are like and try to help each other out, which I think is probably the most important thing, to have someone who's there to help you and you're just as willing to help them, which is not something that I've really had or experienced before.
The international tax exile may be very chilled, but he still likes his boys' toys and still feels the need for speed outside of rallying.
Sometimes I'm quite happy without any speed, being quite stationary, but other times if you're on a boat, you want it to be a fast boat, and if you're on a jet ski, you want it to be a fast jet ski, and if you're in a car on the road, you want it to be a fast car. But that's probably, I don't know if that's a need for speed or just a massive ego thing. I don't know.
Subaru was first team to adopt aerospace technology, and still they're regarded as the most technologically advanced team.
I think where we've been very successful is ignoring the convention of rules. Obviously, always to be within the set parameters that the sport allows, but nonetheless being very innovative and being very imaginative in the way that we do that.
Now for the technical bit. Subaru were first to run electronically controlled differentials to help traction. First with the paddle shift gear change, first with the semi-sequential gearbox. They're the only manufacturer who have always competed with an all-wheel drive system.
It's been really exciting to work with the engineers, you know, the electronics guys, to kind of see these projects through and bring them through to being on the car.
A lot of this innovation is down to David Lapworth. He's masterminded the development of all Subaru's successful rally cars.
What we do have in David Lapworth is an extraordinary technical visionary who continually is thinking way beyond the boundaries of where the car is today, or indeed is where the sport is today. And some of the ideas that he comes up with are truly revolutionary.
Engineering-wise, he's, you know, probably the best, certainly one of the best rally engineers. He's not adverse to taking a risk when it comes to technology, if it's going to be faster or better.
David Lapworth is an endless pit of new ideas.
He is one of the finest rally engineers of all time. Simple as that.
But with all this constant evolution, where does David Lapworth get his motivation and inspiration?
An obsession with trying to find an edge technically, looking everywhere for ideas, keeping your eyes open, and it's new applications of things that have been done before.
All the manufacturers strive to lead in rallying's version of the space race, but you can always guarantee Subaru will come up with something unique.
All the teams have technically advanced cars, but it's a game of getting the best, and part of that is keeping the secrets.
Winning world championships and having a stable of star drivers has made Subaru one of the most recognisable rally cars in the world.
I think the blue and yellow is a phenomenal brand identity.
From farmer's car to cult car, rallying has turned Subaru's image from that of mudbug to street cruiser.
It's down to a philosophy that Prodrive have. Everything that we've done over the years has been to a very clear strategy. Everything has been consistent with that vision and that image of what we try to create. I think it is that confidence that comes through in the way that we present ourselves, that, you know, we are proud to be the Subaru World Rally Team. Subaru have derived enormous value from the World Rally Championship. To win within that environment, I've heard it so many times now that, you know, people say the car has got to be extraordinarily good to win in all those conditions. And if you can couple that together with a strong brand image, then I think you've got a very powerful mix. What really happened, I think, after the World Championship victories in 95, 96 and 97 was quite simply the car became a cult item, a pin-up of a car, where lads' mags would do features on Subaru Imprezas. The emulation of Colin McRae and Richard Burns' antics has probably driven lots of people to buy Subarus.
Formula One and rallying are completely different worlds, but Subaru have adopted Formula One attention to detail in their service area. They have a physical edge too. The well-being of the drivers and team members is the job of Subaru's human performance department.
Their role is to offer support to the drivers and to try and increase human performance. So there's the doc and Akim, the physio, and Willie is the driver's assistant, and Willie looks after the movement of helmets, overalls, taking us to the start, picking us up in the evening, you know, running us down to press conferences and all the rest. And it's just good to have somebody there whose focus is on these things, and that allows me as a co-driver and the other guys in the team to concentrate more fully on their job.
What I do should take everything away from them. And they can just think on rallying, and they don't have to think on the small bits and pieces. Where are my gloves? Where are the balaclavas? Is my helmet in the car? So they don't have to think about things like that.
Subaru's youth policy has continued in their search for new talent. Another new driver to the Subaru World Rally team in 2001 is Japan's Toshi Arai, who fine-tuned his skill with the help of Prodrive's All-Stars team.
All-Stars is really about offering drivers who are not in manufacturer teams similar opportunities to those that the teams do offer.
All-Stars team is really the private operation of the Subaru World Rally team. So what we do is we take the cars after the World Rally team have used them for maybe 2 or 3 rallies, and then we make the same car and the same equipment available to privateers.
The chance for Subaru to have a promising Japanese driver in the works team was too good to miss.
Toshi Arai was a Japanese driver. He had the support of Subaru. With the All-Stars operation, it allowed Toshi to come in first with Group N car, then with World Rally car. We had control over his training, over his fitness, how he did it, pace notes, practice, everything. It's a very good model actually of how you could bring somebody on.
Subaru have always searched out and given rise to young talent like McRae and Burns. Now there's the promise of years to come with Solberg and Martin. But Subaru have a reputation for winning, and this year they're fighting for the Drivers' World Championship with Richard Burns. A decade Subaru have been at the top of world rallying, but the search for perfection is far from over.
We want to win both championships in the same year within the next 2 years, I think.